Growing up, my father always used to basically teach me from a young age to say thank you. It became almost like an automatic response to me. I used to say it without even thinking. Later in my life, I learned the power of gratitude, not only to help me grow, but to inspire me to make a change, but also to help those others who are struggling against the odds. I grew up at a time when being beaten up by the far right, the National Front, was normal, when the color of your skin, the faith you practice, and your social economic background impacted your daily life. Fast forward to today, and while we've made a lot of progress in terms of making society equal, we still don't have gender equality in terms of pay. Muslim women are the largest victims of hate crime, and too many young children living in this country go home with no food to eat. This is the modern Britain we live in, a world removed from where we are here today, a Britain of growing inequality that keeps me up at night. And that's what drives me and what motivates me to enable me to try to make a change. But change is never easy. If we told Martin Luther King Jr. at the height of the civil rights movement that 40 years after his death, there will be a black president, we told Emily Pankhurst that after 50 years of dying, she would have a female prime minister, it may have given solace that change is possible. The reality is, change makers rarely ever see the fruits of their work in their lifetime. Many of their names will never be known, and none of their names be written in books. The change they hope to see is hard to achieve because it always means opposing power. Change means someone somewhere is losing their privilege. This means change is always met from resistance from those who benefit from the status quo. I myself face these struggles on a daily basis. That's trying to help improve the rights of underrepresented youth in politics or public service, or even fair representation within the honours system for minority groups. No one is asking for favours. All we ask for is fairness. Especially when, sometimes, you can be the only person in the room fighting the good fight. Even from the establishment, I've been threatened, blocked, bullied, harassed, sadly mainly by white privileged men who are resistant to change. Of course, there are some who understand the need for change and actively help you to achieve it, allies from within the system who work sometimes even against their own best interests. They're essential to make change happen from the grassroots. And I'd like to thank three hidden, unlikely heroes. For those people who may or may not know them, these are people who helped and supported the causes I care about the most, sometimes by putting their own necks and reputations on the line, including Chris Grayling, Zach Goldsmith, and Linton Crosby. But the thing that helps me, and the thing that motivates me, even during the times when I'm ready to give up, is a thank you. A thank you card from a young person I mentored who was homeless and now working in the civil service. Receiving a text message from someone who has mental health challenges, who says, I'm still here because of the help and support you gave. A thank you email from someone I don't even know who graduated from one of our programs and has said it's not only changed their lives, but helped them change the lives of their families. There are times I can't even remember what I said to who or who I've supported. I'm not very special. So many of you in this room today improves the lives of others in ways you cannot imagine. We should never underestimate the impact of these small acts on others. Saying thank you can be a very simple thing, but for the person receiving it, it can give them hope at a time they think their sacrifices are for nothing. It motivates them to keep pushing, and it can help them make that change. Initial kind words, small acts, can transform lives and transform lives of others, but the return act of saying thank you can do the same. I had the honor to nurse my late father in the last 6 months of his life. A great man, a pioneer, the first Muslim head teacher in the UK. His mentees included his former pupil, Sadiq Khan, who after his mayoral victory cited Naz Bokhari as someone who taught him that he could achieve anything. Every day, I would wash, feed, and care for my late father. He used to say thank you to me every single day. I would find this difficult to understand. I was honored to serve my late father. I will do anything for him. And when I asked him to stop thanking me, I said, why do you need to thank me? I felt uncomfortable. I didn't feel it was the right thing for him to do. And he said to me, no matter how you feel, for the reasons what you do for me, you need to always keep in your heart the thanks I have for you. At the time, I didn't really understand. I reflected, and these simple 2 words, thank you. If you instill them in your hearts, it can be the way to change the greatest things in the world, not only in your spiritual mind, but for those around you who need to be reminded that they matter, that they're making a change. They can make a difference. So, I end tonight by asking everyone, for those people in your lives that have made a positive change, thank them. Send them a text message, write them a letter, give them a call. They may not know the impact you have made, and more importantly, it'll help them understand that their actions do matter. Never assume. Never assume even a loved one who knows how grateful you are. Thank them, and thank them tonight. I can't put into words the feelings I have when I see our patchworkers here tonight. People who are the first generation, the first graduates, who are doing amazing things not only in their communities, but in their families as well. And I owe all of you a great debt. I leave you with the words of my late father. It's not what you do in your lifetime that really matters. It's the legacy you leave behind for the next generations to follow that makes a difference. Thank you very much for your kind award. Thank you very much for listening. And thank you, Imperial College, for shaping me into the person I am today.